wanna take it slow. Just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time. I wanna spend some time. Needed some time to grow. Just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time. I wanna spend some time. Ready to talk, baby. Can be your rock, baby. Please come and sit with me.
Hi and hello friends, and welcome back to Sweet Smith Home. In today's video, I have extreme spring cleaning. 40 plus minutes of cleaning motivation and inspiration. I hope this gives you the encouragement to tackle those messes and prepare our house for this spring season. It's the perfect time to do a little bit of deep cleaning, a little bit of scrubbing, but then also just getting our home back in order. I hope you enjoy today's video. If you do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more cleaning motivation. And let's get started.
Baby, just waited young, baby. I was too blind to see what you meant to me. The things you can't forgive, didn't know how to live, cause I didn't love myself. Wish I could turn back time, go back and do things right, give you a wedding ring, give you my...
So I am starting in our master bedroom. This also doubles as my husband Dallas's office because he does work from home and we live in a 2-bedroom apartment. So this room really gets messy fast just with him working in here all day, and then my side of the bed, I do run an online brand called Lay Ellen Pine, and so I have inventory and other like shipping equipment and things like that in here. Luckily, we're really blessed to have a very large master bedroom, or else this would not be possible. But I have to get in here every few weeks and kind of deep clean it, organize some things. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to pick up all the trash, kind of reorganize my side of the bed, and then we're also going to go into the closet and do a little bit of spring cleaning and pulling out some clothes that I do not wear anymore and adding that to our donate pile.
I promised I would wait for you, but I'm getting so impatient. Tell me that you're ready now. This room is big enough for two, and I wanna do that something that will blow your mind. Do you know the things you do to me? Touch me and I'll make you understand. Yeah. Do you know the things you make me...
I do eventually need to really go through our dresser and kind of organize each drawer, but I'm going to save that for another time. I didn't want to spend too long in the master bedroom, so instead I'm just quickly looking through my drawers and pulling out things that I know for sure I want to go ahead and donate. There's definitely more in here that I don't wear, but it was hard in just that moment to go through everything, so I'm just kind of doing a quick sweep and pulling out things again that I am for sure not ever going to wear again, and kind of go ahead and get it out of the dresser. And then I'm going to move into the closet, pull everything out. I have a huge pile of stuff. This is where I like hide all of the kids' stuff, which they're kind of catching on to. So I really need a new space to like hide presents or toys or gifts, things that I'm getting them. I'm get it out of this kind of corner of our closet, but at the moment I just don't have anywhere else.
All broken down from heartbreaks, then you came and set me free. You've taken me to paradise, where nothing is a mistake, where we move so flawlessly. Do you know the things you do to me? Touch me and I'll make...
So a lot of this stuff that I'm going through right now is actually for our big surprise vacation that's coming up in a few weeks. I am so excited. I'm just going to put it on the screen because I honestly don't want any of my children, either of my children, overhearing or finding out. But in just a few weeks, we are surprising them with something super fun, a super fun trip. We will document that. It will be on our channel. So if that's something that you want to look forward to, then definitely make sure you are subscribed and have hit that bell to be notified when I post my videos. But I am so excited. It's only a few weeks away and I just can't wait. So I've got all their outfits, everything just kind of tucked away in a bag, and we'll soon be packing their suitcases for them.
Baby, ya se acabó. Tú no tienes que dejar a él por mí. Y baby, ya no lo compliques. Quiero disfrutarte una vez más aquí. Solo tú y yo.
Does anyone else just have the urge to just like throw away all of their clothes and start over from scratch? I mean, I just feel like I have all these clothes and yet I wear the same like 4 things over and over and over. And you guys probably know all 4 things that I wear all the time because I'm wearing them in every video. I have enough clothes. Sometimes I just want to scrap them and start over, and then I'm like, you know, that actually sounds like a lot of work to go and find more clothes. I don't know. I'm just not a clothes person, but I did go through my closet and I pulled out a few things that I haven't worn in probably years, and they were just taking up space. So I kind of cleared those out, and then I got out the little duster because our apartment gets so dusty, especially the master bedroom. And I just dusted my husband's desk, which he actually does very frequently, but I also dusted the blinds and the bookcase and just kind of went over it again. As you can see, very dusty, and this is something that we don't do quarterly. Like, we literally do it almost every week because it does get so dusty. And then I'm just going to move into our master bathroom, just do a quick pickup, and then I'm going to wipe down the toilet and the sink.
Cuando me bañas en el espíritu de tus labios, dulce de mi caña, tierra de mi vida. Fumo muchos sueños pa' que no te olvides, nadando en tus aguas y tu alma decides, mojadita en mis manos pa' que vuelva y pides. Belén, ven, guaguancó, Belén, ven, guaguancó. Belén, ven, guaguancó, Belén, ven, guaguancó. Solo tú y yo esta noche celebrando a ti. Belén, ven, guaguancó, Belén, ven, guaguancó. Solo tú y yo esta noche siempre me encendí. Belén, ven, guaguancó, Belén, ven, guaguancó. Solo tú y yo esta noche celebrando a ti. Dulce de mi caña, tierra de mi vida, con el bendición de la vida. Nadando en tus aguas y tu alma decides, mojadita en mis manos pa' que vuelva y pides así. La, la, le, le, lo, la, la. Para siempre.
You only make you feel like you could never leave. until something better came along.
And that is it for the master bedroom and the master bath. So I'm going to move on in to our main living space, living room, dining area, and kitchen. And there is our sweet cat Maverick. And I just have to tell you guys about him. I grew up with dogs. I was 100% sure that I was a dog person. And then we decided to get a cat. And what is so funny is we actually got Maverick in the middle of 2020, if you know what I mean. We're all on lockdown. We decide, our daughter loves cats. My husband grew up with cats, and we just decided to get a cat because a cat's going to be way easier than a dog, right? So we were calling around to all these animal shelters. There was one who had 3 4-month-old kittens. So we drive like the 30 minutes out to this animal shelter, and they show us this orange tabby cat through the screen door. Like literally held him up to the screen door, and we're like, ooh, we really like him. And she said, we also have a gray cat from the same litter. It was 2 orange and 1 gray. And so we're like, okay, let's look at the gray. And so they held up Maverick again behind a screen door. Like we weren't even in the shelter. And I was like, I like the gray one. And we adopted him right there. We knew nothing. It was just this random, like we were driving home with him meowing and throwing up in his little cat carrier. It was so sad. We were like, what did we get ourselves into? But honestly, he has completely turned me into a cat person. I am begging Dallas for another cat one day when we have more space. He is the sweetest, most affectionate cat. He's so easy to take care of. I just love him. He is precious, and he's social, and he loves people, and it's just the best. So if you think you're a dog person and you think you hate cats, I don't know, maybe spend some time around cats like Maverick. You might change your mind.
Cause I'll go where you go. When you fall down, I'll get you back up again. The things you try are things that you won't regret. We are kings of the world, and tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound. We are kings of the world, and tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound. We are kings of the world. Nothing to fear, you'll never be alone. Let the highway be your home, cause I'll go where you go. When you fall down, I'll get you back up again. The things you try are things that you won't regret. We are kings of the world, and tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound. We are kings of the world, and tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound. We are kings of the world.
We do not have a lot of storage space in our apartment. Like we don't have a hall closet or a lot of room for like utility stuff. So this little cart has been a lifesaver. We keep Maverick's stuff on the top, and then like our tools and, you know, the trash bags, and just actually it's mainly tools, but it's really just been, we just have nowhere else to put these things. It's really hard going from, we had a very spacious 3-bedroom home with a second living room. So like my kids had this huge playroom and a garage, and we downsized all of that to a 2-bedroom apartment with no garage. So it's just a big adjustment, but this little cart has come in so handy. I think they're perfect for like small spaces. It is on wheels, so it's like easy to pull out and push back. But it's really great if you don't have a lot of storage and you just kind of need some extra shelving. And then back into the kind of like spring cleaning, I did wipe down my trash can and cleaned kind of around that trash can area. As you can see, my white towel was all of a sudden not very white, and I didn't even feel like the space was that dirty. But once I like wiped it down, I realized kind of how much like buildup with the trash being right there I actually got. So dining area is clean, feels so much better, just kind of reorganized, cleaned up. Even the trash can, like by wiping that down, it just made a huge difference in the freshness of our house and our home. So now I'm going to move over to our giant island, which you'll hear me talk about in almost all my videos. It's just the catch-all. It's just this huge island kind of in the middle of our kitchen, and it doesn't matter. Like, I can hardly ever keep it clean or keep it empty or bare. So I've got like the 3 little baskets, and those are overflowing again. So I really kind of need to do another clean through of those. But right now I'm just trying to put all the stuff up, or like get at least some space on the island. I like to try to leave some space, but it's just really hard. I'm sure everyone has that kind of hot spot, catch-all place in our home that you really have to clean every single day, and sometimes multiple times a day.
I'm thinking I might have left you alone, doing it right. Pick up the phone, I'm holding it tight. 잡아도 놓칠 수 있을까 봐. You wanna link, I'm running it by. 너도 나처럼 아프잖아. 우리의 미래를 모래락새. 우리의 미래를 모래락새. It's you. 내 머릿속에 너의 봄. I'll travel to the moon. 네 옆에 있어준다고. Yeah, it's true. 나도 내가 미워한다고. Yeah, 내가 잘못했다고. Yeah, now I'm in the sand all alone, all alone. 밤늦게 it ain't the same when I ain't here with you. 난 아직 힘들고 난 baby telling you the truth. You can find me where I always been. 너 알잖아. Brooklyn, New York City ain't the same without you by my side. 밤늦게 it ain't the same when I ain't here with you. 난 아직 힘들고 난 baby telling you the truth. You can find me where I always been. 너 알잖아. Brooklyn, New York City ain't the same without you by my side.
I'm not even joking. Buying these latex gloves were a game changer. Like, it's a game changer. I felt so extra buying these giant cleaning gloves at Target, but I just enjoy doing dishes so much more now. I know that's so funny. Like, I just feel like I'm like in the zone when I'm wearing these gloves, and then my hands, they don't get dried out, they don't get like messy, so I can just kind of slip the gloves off and help my kids if they need something, or if they want me to open a snack or something like that. So honestly, even though it might look a little extra and it might feel a little extra, I will never go back. I will always wear gloves when I'm doing the dishes again, especially if we have a sink full of dishes. If there's just 1 or 2, cups, then that's fine. But if I have a sink full of dishes, I am 100% putting these gloves on. But tell me, because I don't know how often do you replace these gloves? Because I haven't replaced them yet. It's been a few weeks, and I know they're quote unquote disposable, but like really they should last a while, right?
When you insist, I can't resist. You start me up. Look in your eyes, you're always in control.
And now we are on day 2 of spring cleaning. So I'm starting exactly where I left off with my pile of dishes, but first, coffee. You have to get the coffee ready. I drink mine with just a little bit of French vanilla creamer and then a few scoops of sugar. I've really been into the Starbucks blonde roast lately. I just get it in the Keurig. Honestly, hands down, it is my favorite coffee right now. It's all I drink. I have a few other Keurigs or K-Cups left over from some other coffee brands that we had tried, but I can't even go back. So it's the Starbucks blonde roast all the way for me. But again, putting my gloves back on, and we're going to start day 2 of dishes, and we're really going to deep clean the kitchen today. Really spring clean all the appliances, things like that.
You stare out your window, hoping that you'll come up with some words to say. That's not okay. When you feel like you're fed up with heartbreak, and you know that you can't take another day, well, that's not okay. Corner like
first appliance that I'm going to start with is obviously kind of our coffee area. So we have our Keurig, which has a coffee pot and kind of the Keurig K-cup spot. And then we have our coffee grinder and our kettle. So Dallas likes to get really fancy with how he makes his coffee. He usually does a pour over. I only use the Keurig because I am all about ease and convenience. And let's be real, I add creamer and sugar to my coffee anyway, so it kind of masks the original flavor here. But this area just really needed to be completely wiped down. A lot of our coffee equipment needed to be hand washed. A lot of times we just kind of use boiling water or just give it a real quick wipe down. But it definitely needed to be cleaned a little more thoroughly.
Baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. We can do what we like. Do what we like, baby, while we're young, oh, baby, while we're young, oh, baby, while we're young. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Then I moved over to the oven and the stove area. Now, something to remember is we moved into this apartment only about 6 to 7 months ago. So last fall, the end of the summer. And so it was obviously deep cleaned before we moved in. So there really isn't a whole lot of gunk and buildup and things like that. But I just really thought this was kind of perfect timing about halfway through our lease to kind of do a really good spring cleaning and kind of clean everything out. So I am going to scrub a little bit, especially the stove. But honestly, it's not too bad. I really didn't have to soak things for too long. So I took these little plates out and I filled the sink up with hot water and dish soap, and that's really all I used. And I let them soak for about 20 minutes and then just kind of scrubbed. And besides like the main cooking stove, they all looked sparkling clean. One of the little plates did still have some buildup up, but I wasn't going to like break my back like scraping all of that off or re-soaking it or anything like that. So I'm also using, this is like a degreaser cleaning spray, so not necessarily multi-surface. It's a little bit stronger than a multi-surface spray. And I'm going to wipe the outside of the oven.
I met you in the summer when you left, it was cold. Said we loved one another, guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer, our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you, I'm so alone. I met you in the couldn't really make you stay, so what to do? I'm just staring at my walls and talking to myself now and then. I'll try to laugh, but I'll cry a bit as well. I was never any good at being away from you. I met you in the summer.
So the oven grates were, again, pretty clean. I didn't really feel like there was a reason to soak and clean those. But I'm using inside the oven, I am using kind of a thick scrubber, and all this is baking soda, water, and dish soap. So I just kind of made my own concoction, just a few scoops of baking soda, added enough water to kind of make it like mashed potato consistency, and then added like a few squirts of dish soap. And I'm just using that to kind of scrub down the bottom and the inside of the door. And then I just let it sit for a little while, and then I go back with a wet washcloth and wipe it all out. Now I did have to, this isn't in the video, but like 2 days later I realized that I could still see a little bit of like baking soda and like it wasn't fully clean, so I actually re-sprayed the inside of the oven with just like a multi-surface spray and re-wiped down, and now it looks so much better. So if you do deep clean your oven, make sure that you really maybe spray it down with a multi-surface or vinegar, or just spray it down after you use like a baking soda mixture to really clean it out again.
Thinking about the way that you know me. No one ever cared like you care for me. You're such a bright star in the dark space. Babe, it never worked out with the others. All we ever did was fight, and at one point I would never thought that I would meet someone like you. This time it's all different. You got every little string on me. The way you make me feel is crazy. How did you get so fly? You got me like, my. You got me like, my. You got me like, there's no other than you now, babe. Nah, 'cause you got me like.
For the microwave, I did not do anything fancy. I feel like I've seen a lot of like Pinterest articles of like these fancy ways to clean your microwave. It wasn't necessary. Maybe because, again, we've only lived here 6 to 7 months, and I clean our microwave, you know, not all the time, but probably like once a month. And so all I did was take a multi-surface, spray the inside, wipe it down. Everything came off like super easily, and it looks really good. The only problem is that like black vent that you saw fall down. I don't know if it broke or what, but it is giving us so much trouble now. We actually had to use a little bit of duct tape to kind of get it back up there to stay so that it doesn't fall off when we open the door. But other than that, just the multi-surface spray and a washcloth worked wonders, and it was clean in no time.
'Cause you got me like, my. Like, oh my God. This time it's all different. You got every little string on me. The way you make me feel is crazy. How did you get so fly? You got me like, my. You got me like, my. You got me like, there's no other than you now, babe. Nah, 'cause you got me like, my. Like, oh my God. You got me like,
while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego.
And the kitchen feels 100 times better, you guys. It just makes such a huge difference, just wiping down all the appliances, wiping down the cabinets, the countertops, all of it. The kitchen just feels great. So now we are moving on to the living room. So we do not have a playroom. Again, we're in a 2-bedroom apartment. This is our only living space, and we do keep a toy rotation going through this living room. So our kids have toys in the living room, and it's a common place for them to play. And because of that, our living room is always a disaster. It just always is. My kids do an okay job picking up after themselves when I ask them to, but they're also only 3 and 4. They're almost 4 and 5. But just, it's just a lot in such a little area. And so I'm always having to do this and sweep under the sofa. And it's just a treasure trove under there. Like, everything gets kicked under the sofa. There's always so much. I could probably sweep this much stuff out from under our sofa every other night. Like, that's not just this huge buildup over 2 or 3 weeks. It is a buildup over like 48 hours. So it just takes a lot of maintenance, but it does just feel so much better when at the end of the day we just pick up, or if I pick up while the kids are at school, and just kind of resets our day.
And every bit of you couldn't face the truth that maybe you're just not that nice and humble kind. That would be a lie. Go on, blow up your ego, your undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble acting, everlasting ego. Oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes with his humble acting, everlasting ego. I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars.
So going back into spring cleaning, I decided to scoot our little cube shelf away from the wall so that I could kind of get everything back there clean. So I swept it all out, and then I wiped down that baseboard. Because we have the cat litter box just right there by the TV, Maverick is so messy. As you saw, this litter and dust and all that stuff gets behind the cube shelf. The kids also obviously have their toys and stuff there, but it was just really dirty. So I kind of decided to clean that whole area, like wipe down the wall and the cube shelf and dust, and wipe down the TV, just to, again, spring clean or deep clean. That is an area in the living room that I don't clean all the time, and it just felt, again, so much better once it was all picked up and dusted.
You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want, so keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me. me from the get-go. Let me be frank, I'm not that complicated. If you need me, what's the use of playing games though? There's no denying what we want. Just watch me break it. You're falling into me, touch me.
And then I decided it was way past time for us to dust these blinds and to clean the windows. So it takes a little while. I love these windows in our living room. They just provide the most beautiful light, but it's a lot of window and it's a lot of blinds. So it was way past time for us to kind of clean the windows.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.
As I was wiping down the window, I also opened up the windows to just refresh the room, let the cool air in, the fresh air. Here in Colorado, it's just been so up and down. We've had so much snow, way more snow. Obviously, coming from Texas, we barely ever had snow. But it was just so much snow to get used to, and this week was just gorgeous. So while it was a little chilly, it felt so good to have the windows open. Maverick loved it. He like sat next to the window for hours. We also have a pond out there, and there are, I'm not even exaggerating, hundreds of geese that live in that pond. And so he was all about it. You can see he just loved it. He did not move for the rest of the day.
Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss now. I'm done living life with the lights up, done with my own doubts.
And here we are getting to the end of our video. I hope that you feel encouraged and inspired to do a little bit of spring cleaning in your own home. Kind of give it that fresh, refreshing vibe, that refreshing atmosphere as we head into spring and the weather warms up. It's just the perfect time to tackle a little bit of spring cleaning, a little bit of deep cleaning in certain areas of your home that you don't normally get to. So I hope, again, this was encouraging, it was inspirational. Make sure, if it was, to like, comment, and subscribe for more cleaning motivation. Our next video I'm super excited about. It is time to decorate for spring. I'm just so excited. I have some of the cutest, subtle, budget-friendly decor ideas. I can't wait. So if you want to see that, make sure that you are subscribed and you've hit the bell so you're notified when I post that spring decorating video. Again, I'm just so grateful that you guys are here. I'm so grateful for this channel, and I hope that you enjoy the content that we've been putting out. So I will see you friends in my next video. Bye!
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.